Worldwide, railway bridges spanning waterways come in a variety of shapes and forms. Often impressive structures, they're sometimes hailed as technical achievements and examples of architectural and engineering prowess. Australia-wide, they are frequently prized for their clever design features to overcome challenges in extending the railway network through a variety of terrains. The Albury Railway Bridge across the Murray is comparatively modest. It was one of several similar wrought iron lattice trussed bridges installed in the rapid expansion of the railways during the 1870s and 1880s. It was designed by John Fowler to meet specifications supplied by his brother-in-law John Whitton, the engineer-in-chief, who was responsible for extending the New South Wales railway system. It was built in England and transported to Australia in parts, where it was erected like a large Meccano set. Like its contemporary at Dubbo, it rests on pairs of cast iron cylinder piers filled with concrete. The girders are strengthened with closely knitted lattices of triangles which distribute the weight evenly. The structure is stabilised with overhead flanges. This bridge had an unusual feature. It had two railway tracks, one a standard gauge line of 1435mm and the other a broad gauge line on 1600mm. A timber approach from the southern side increased the span across the river. It was hailed as an iron marvel, and ladies and gentlemen inspected it before the first train crossed in October 1884. Postcards at the turn of the century used images of the bridge to boast that this technological development represented the progress of both Wodonga and Albury. It was part of the town trappings of both places. In 1883, Victoria funded the building of a wooden bridge which temporarily connected the two railway systems until the permanent iron bridge was erected in 1884. When the river is low, it's possible to see remnants of the timber piles that supported the temporary bridge. The bridge was the last link needed to a new world in which railway connected the two biggest cities in the Australian colonies. At a special banquet to mark the connection, James Service, the Victorian Premier, raised his glass to toast the mural on the wall that foretold a federation of the Australian colonies. The railway bridge was central to the representation of union is strength. Well into the 20th century, the bridge was a vital link in interstate trade, carrying fruit, vegetables, livestock, and all manner of goods. When war was declared in 1939, the local Home Guard was mustered to protect three key sites from sabotage: the Hume Dam, the ABC radio transmitter at Corowa, and the railway bridge. The bridge and the railway network were precious assets that became strategically vital, especially after Japan entered the war. Japanese submarine activity virtually halted coastal shipping, and the nation prepared to resist a possible invasion. The bridge carried enormous loads of munitions, food and people, and the coal to generate electricity in Victoria. After the war, freight was increasingly moved by road rather than rail. The post-war years became the era of the car, truck, bus and the semi-trailer. The introduction of standard gauge eliminated the difficulties of transshipment, but the broad gauge set of rails on the bridge remained until 2011, when it was replaced with a second standard gauge track. There are still two tracks, but only one track is currently used. The bridge was strengthened in 1995, as it had been in 1928 and 29. A sound structure, the bridge has lasted nearly 150 years and will continue to function as an important utility in the future. Nowadays, the bridge and its river surrounds are part of a pleasant park experience. The bridge has been hailed as an important part of the state's heritage for its technical excellence, but also for its part in enabling intercolonial, then interstate, communication. It was important nationally and locally. Architects of the Albury Library Museum, Ashton, Raggett and McDougall, echoed its lattice design to illustrate the character of Albury Wodonga as a crossing place. To reinvigorate the movement of freight, Inland Rail is currently altering rail infrastructure along the Inland Rail route to take higher loads. The aim is to reduce reliance on roads for moving freight and better link businesses, farmers and producers to markets. Those alterations include changes to the footbridge and rail lines at Albury Railway Station and changes to the Albury Railway Bridge. The overhead flanges will be lifted for taller loads of double-stacked freight. Although altered in appearance, the bridge will remain as an important interstate link. It will continue to relay its unique story, how Australia was formed from self-governing colonies with their own railway systems. This bridge made possible years of railway communication between Australia's two largest cities, and during the Second World War was an integral part of a network of railway works strategically important to the defence of Australia. The freeway between Wodonga and Albury has established an aptly named Spirit of Progress companion bridge beside the Albury Railway Bridge. The two bridges act as a double hyphen between Wodonga and Albury, between Victoria and New South Wales. As we reach the end of the first quarter of the 21st century, passengers in northbound motor vehicles can glimpse the 19th century iron marvel nestled modestly beside the freeway. It is a heritage asset valued by the community and by the wider community in both states.